Hey, Bernardo, Wealth Extended family. Wanted to reach out to clarify the email that went out yesterday regarding valuation changes for 12/31 of last year. The bigger picture context is at the end of last year, the SEC put a regulation in place for private funds to report valuations no later than 45 days after the close of the quarter. If you know private business and what it takes to go through valuation, 45 days is incredibly fast. And even in the past, in terms of getting valuations from Fuel and other funds, it's seldom done that quickly. But this was something the SEC felt was important, and therefore we tried our best with Fuel to hit this very quick gap. And if you remember or recall, maybe this was a nuance, but we reported it unaudited and preliminary, just to make sure we're abiding by the new rules set forth by the SEC. We really want to stay in the context of what the SEC is looking for us to do. So fast forward through, Fuel continued to do their typical normal valuation process throughout, getting financials from portfolio companies, reconciling them, looking at external markets and factors that would then drive them to valuation. Well, that valuation came in lower. Not by a ton, but it was lower. And so our responsibility is to report those correct valuations and then make them right as if, they were right as of 12/31. So what does that mean for you? What does that mean for the portfolio? The first thing is that, again, these valuations really are on paper until we see a portfolio company exit. That's our true performance as I think is important and is outlined. If you are a Bernardo Wealth Planning client paying a fee, you would have been billed at a higher valuation on that. Not a whole lot, but we still feel it's our responsibility. We want to make sure that your fee and your billing are exactly right. So you should see a small credit. It will be small because the movement in valuation isn't large, but that's another piece, and there's been some confusion around that. Say, well, is it fund level expense? No, it's Bernardo Wealth if you pay a fee there. Moving forward, the good news is the SEC said this rule didn't work. And so they just recently said we no longer need this 45-day reporting period. And so we'll be back to the same scenario moving forward of the diligence, closing the quarter, getting financials from all the companies, and Fuel doing what they do to create valuation, look at the market, et cetera, and pass that through. Again, it doesn't happen quickly, but it is a very normal and regular function of the private markets. So I hope this is helpful. We're still very confident in Fuel. We really don't see this as anything meaningful other than, again, us trying to just stay in compliance with how the SEC wanted things done. And fortunately, that has shifted back to what it was previously. As always, we're here. We're happy to have conversations and clarify. We want you to be comfortable above everything, and we want you to feel like we are always upholding our fiduciary responsibility to you and all. So appreciate your time. And again, sorry for the confusion it caused. And we look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great 4th of July, too, if we don't speak to you. Thanks.